Good morning, head of the lake. It's a really important occasion that we actually acknowledge country here this morning with school today. Can I ask all actually as we begin?
Hello.
Well,
Welcome to Head of the Lake for 2025. I'm the interim announcer. The main man, Richard Dorstein, will be here in about 20 minutes. I'm just covering his seat while he's away. We have the first race underway. Race 1, Male School Cox Quad Scale Year 9, Division 5. In lane 2, we have St Patrick's College, Joel Tobin, Max Slater, William Richardson, Jake Debricat, Oliver Chadwick, coached by William Charles and Thomas Stute. In lane 2, we have Ballarat Grammar, Henry Peters, Harry Jones, Ethan Bruce, Samuel Phillips, Noah Barclay, coached by Thomas Unwin and Benjamin Meakin. And in lane 4, we have Ballarat Clarendon College, Callum Fife, Kevin Lee, Hugh Brizzy, Liam Arul, Maya Adamson, coached by Alla Glover. The three crews have just crossed the 500 metre mark, and to my eye, it looks like Ballarat Grammar in lane 3 might have maybe half a boat's length lead over the competition. They've got a lovely tail breeze to bring them down the course, so we should expect some pretty good times throughout the day. Still, Ballarat Grammar looking to maybe have a length lead now over Clarendon. I can't quite pick second and third. Clarendon and St Patrick's College look very close. But lane 3 in the middle, Ballarat Grammar look to be the leaders at this stage with about 200 metres left to row. As they come out of this, oh no, sorry, looks like it's St Patrick's College coming down in the middle lane, in lane 3 for some reason, in lane 2, sorry. But St Patrick's College about a length out over Ballarat Grammar, and then maybe a canvas back to Clarendon College. It's going to be tight on the line here for second and third. St Pats have got the win by a length. Ooh, that was close. I'm going to leave that up to the judges. Very close finish there between Grammar and Clarendon. Well done, St Pats. All right, race 2 is on the start line now. We have Ballarat Grammar in lane 2, Loretto Ballarat in lane 3, Ballarat Grammar in lane 4, Ballarat Grammar in lane 5, and Loretto College in lane 6. Looks like we have a start in race 2. In lane 2, we have Ballarat Grammar number 6, Indy Lovelick, Lily Page, Isabella Nash, Ava Jovic, Eliza Wilson, coached by Emma Ferguson. In lane 3, we have Loretto Ballarat number 6, Lilia Grumley, Grace Veiler, Bay Middleton, Isabella McMahon, Zara Andrews, coached by Paula Wheaton. In lane 4, we have Ballarat Clarendon, Esha Sol, Sasha Miata, Tai Fitzgerald, Sophie Cannon, Angela Rosewern, and coached by Anna Anderson and Mabel Goss. In lane 5, we have Ballarat Grammar, number 5, Eliza Jackson, Ainsley Justin, Coco Gull, Bella Bingham, Mia Mason, and coached by Jade Clean. And in lane 6, we have Loretto Ballarat, number 5, Mila Kinnersley, Emma Phillips, Matilda Flanagan, Lenny Svancio, Matilda Goodburn, coached by Mia McTeague. Mia McTeague also rose in the Loretto Division 1 crew. Well done, Mia. As the girls come down, they've passed the 500 metre marker, about 300 metres left to row. It looks like it's the crew in the middle of the course, lane 4, in the lead at this stage, but it's a very tight race across all 5 boats. Very hard to pick right now. Okay, as the girls come out of the sun, off the water there, approaching the spit now, it still looks like the crew in the middle of the course, lane 4, Ballarat Clarendon, might have a slight lead, but it's very close for first, second, and fourth. All crews going to finish within a length of each other. Looks like Ballarat Grammar might have pushed ahead in lane 5. Ballarat Grammar might be just in front right now, coming into the finish line. Currently Ballarat Grammar by about a canvas, back to Clarendon in second. Loretto and Clarendon will get third and fourth, and Loretto will also get 5th. Well done, girls. Okay, race 3 is getting ready to go up on the start line. We've got Male Schoolcocks Quad Scull, Year 9 Division 4. We've got 4 crews in this race. Ballarat Grammar in lane 2, Benji Marshall, Will Kinnersley, Lachlan Watson, Aston Yates, Scarlett Kwan, coached by Poppy Jenkins. In lane 3, we have Ballarat High School, Riley Van Oorschot, Benjamin Bell, Sam Mibus, Will Edwards, Mitchin Fernando, and coached by Simon Coles. In lane 4, we have Ballarat Clarendon, Leo Shackle, Lachlan McRoberts, Ashan Davies, Jasper Brewer, Yuvav Mann, and coached by Chris McRoberts. And in lane 5, we have St Patrick's College, Tyson Meek, Taj Boatman, Liam Speechley, Henry Gilbert, Sam Johns, coached by Paddy O'Brien and Ned Bennett, 2 members of last year's Division 1 crew. Looks like we might have a start in the race 3, Male School Cox Quad Scale Year 9 Division 4 for the boys. I can see a little bit of splashing up there on the start line. There is quite a strong tail cross breeze up at the start there. It smooths out a lot towards the finish. All right, here come the boys coming through about 300 metres to go. Looks to me like Ballarat Clarendon in lane 4 might have a slight advantage over St Patrick's College in lane 5. Then maybe back to Ballarat Grammar in lane 2 and Ballarat High back in lane 3. I've got now about 150 metres left to row, and it's a very close race against those 3 boats up the front there. Ballarat Grammar in lane 2, Clarendon in lane 4 and St Pat's in lane 5. Throw a towel across the bows at this position. They're all very close together. And at this stage, I'm going to say Ballarat Clarendon has got maybe half a length over Ballarat Grammar coming into the finish, then back to St Pat's, and then back to Ballarat High School. Ballarat Grammar's charging home though. It's looking like a really strong finish against all 3 boats. There's Clarendon, St Pat's and Grammar. Well rowed, Ballarat High School. Okay, race 4 is getting ready on the start line now. We've got lane 2, race 4, female schoolgirls Cox Quad Scull, Year 9, Division 4. In lane 2, we have Ballarat Clarendon, Alana Emmering, Kate Ashman, Ruby Davies, Shavi Patel, Adele Chen, coached by Claire Alice and Lily Dwyer. In lane 3, we have Ballarat Grammar, Hannah Marriott, Georgie Taylor, Abby Pincott, India Bickle, Karina Dunstan, coached by Anthony McKnight. In lane 4, Damascus College, Carla Austin, Imi Corican, Annabelle Lethlane, Luca Henderson, Violet Jones, coached by Harrison Kennett. And in lane 5, Loretto Ballarat, Sophia Addison, Emian May Cahill, Charlotte Power, Miller Russell, Charlotte Irwin, coached by Amelia Hoffman and Madeline Stewart. The girls are all sitting up on the start line, just getting ready to row. Looks like we have a start. The girls are off, racing down. Looks like a pretty good start. They've rowed about 150 metres at this point. Very tough conditions up at the start line with the strong tail cross. Very close race amongst all 3 leading boats at this point. All right, all crews are down through the 500 now. About 400 odd metres left to row. Looks like the crew in lane 5 might have a slight advantage over the crew in lane 3. So lane 5, Loretto College, and lane 3, Ballarat Grammar. And then back to Ballarat Clarendon and Damascus College for 3rd and 4th at the moment. And here we are about 100 odd metres to mow. Oh no, looks like Loretto Ballarat's had a bit of an upset in the boat there. They stopped for a moment. It's given Ballarat Grammar the opportunity to surge ahead. And here they come couple of lengths clear of second place. And Clarendon might be pushing through to second at this stage. Ballarat Grammar with a clear advantage over Clarendon College for second. And Damascus College now pushing through to third place. Loretto College looking like they're having a little bit of trouble in the boat. But well done, Ballarat Grammar. Great win there over Clarendon for second place. Well rowed, Clarendon. And Damascus, first Damascus crew of the day, coming through in third place. Well done, girls. Well rowed, Loretto. Well done, all girls. That's it from me. Richard Dorstein will be along very soon. I hope you enjoyed my voice, and good luck to Damascus and all other crews for the rest of the day.
Well, good morning, everyone. A slightly belated welcome to the Head of the Lake for 2025 on a fantastic morning here as it's turned out at Ballarat. And we've got race 8 on the course right now, the Year 9 Division 2 Female School Coxed Quad Scull. And they're already well through the halfway mark of the course. Loretto Ballarat and Ballarat Grammar School look to be our two leading crews as they come through bright sunshine here in the final section of the course here, and it is tight between those top two. Loretto Lane 3, Claramay Delahunty, Alice Bouvier, Penny Halsall, Minnie Martin and Eva Cummins, coached by Gemma Phillips, and Ballarat Grammar School in Lane 5, Winnie Clare, Miller O'Donoghue, Vera Stapleton, Charlotte Moller and Zoe LaRucci, coached by Robert Draff, and they're our top two. Also Damascus College on the spectator side of the course, but it is the crew from Loretto pulling clear here in the final 100 metres or so now of the race. They lead this by a bit over a length, in fact. Also from that Damascus crew coming home well in Lane 2 of Millie Singline, Chloe Matthews, Meg Murphy, Greta Kellinack and Maddie Huff, coached by Linda Skidmore, but it's a 2-length lead just about to Loretto College on Lane 3, who looks set to take out the win here in race 8, the Year 9 Division 2 Female School Cox Quad Scull. Loretto first. Damascus will hold on for second place. Ballarat Grammar School third, and Ballarat Clarendon in fourth place in race 8, the Year 9 Division 2 Schoolgirls Quad Scull. Top division of the Year 9 Schoolboys Quads, now Division 1, and we've got good race here once again. St Patrick's, Ballarat Grammar School and Ballarat Clarendon on this finish tower side of the course in a very tight battle indeed. Ballarat Grammar School crew in lane 3 of Jenkins, Kent Miller, Geddes and Pinder. And Ballarat Clarendon lane 5, B. Williams, Connolly, Eckel and King. Coached by John Goodwin, just trailing, I reckon, from Ballarat Grammar School. Also St Patrick's on the inside line of the course, but Ballarat Grammar School will be too good here with a couple of strokes to go, and they will take it out by a length. Ballarat Grammar first, Ballarat Clarendon second, and St Patrick's in third place. Only about a length and a bit between our top 3 crews there, but a good win to the crew from Ballarat Grammar School. And then Ballarat High will come in 4th place.
bet this lens has never been clean. What do you reckon? I think I can actually take the matte box off. Oh, look at this. Oh, come on. No. How's that?
Racing now well underway. In fact, in race 10, the Year 9 Division 1 female school Cox Quad Sculls, so the top category here of the Year 9 schoolgirls quads. Loretto Ballarat are in lane 2, closest to the spectator side of the course. Then Ballarat Clarendon in 3, Ballarat High in 4, Ballarat Grammar in 5, and Damascus College lane 6, closest to the finish tower side of the course. And a good race in 3 out in front with only about 250 metres now to row. Very tight on this side, Ballarat Grammar School and Damascus alongside them, and also then Ballarat Clarendon over in lane 3. Certainly our lead 3 crews. The combination from Ballarat Grammar School, Eliza Draffin, Loretta Johnson, Annabelle Myers, Georgia Mars and Grace Bentley, coached by Rob Draffin. Damascus in lane 6, Ada Madigan, Mary Hexter, Grace Rivet, Danny Crilly and Luca Henderson, coached by Paul Blanchfield. And still Ballarat Clarendon there as well. On the spectator side of the course, Meta Haney, Maggie Peel, Delaney Kopke Veldhuis, Nina Sutherland and Darcy Harris. They're coached by Andrew Keljohn, and it's a race in 3 down towards the finish here with only about 100 metres to go. Ballarat Clarendon maybe just a slight edge now. They're certainly moving quickly, that crew. On the southern side of the course, Damascus have the edge on Ballarat Grammar School on this side, but Ballarat Clarendon certainly have gone for home now with only 3 or 4 strokes to go. But Damascus on this side fighting back. It'll be tight on the line, but the red colours of Ballarat Clarendon will hold on, and they'll get up by a third of a length. Ballarat Clarendon first, lane 3. It'll be Damascus second on this side, a very strong finish from them as well, and Ballarat Grammar School in third, about a length from first to third place there. Fantastically close racing, as you'd expect in the Division 1 Schoolgirls Year 9 quad. 4th place is going to go the way of Ballarat High School, and 5th on the southern bank, the crew from Loretto in Loretto College as well to conclude the field of 5. But fantastic racing there in the Year 9 Division 1 Quad Scull event, and it's Ballarat Clarendon who narrowly take out the unofficial verdict at this stage in that race. We draw breath briefly between races here. That is the conclusion of the Year 9 event. So we're about a third of the way through this regatta already. Apologies for the radio silence in the early races there, but a late change of regatta I know caused issues for a few people to be here on time on Tuesday, but we are underway. We've had a great morning's racing. We've got fantastic conditions, most importantly for all competitors here at Lake Wendouree. So certainly being flexible and agile has proven to be a sound decision here, and we've got a great day's racing still to go, but the Year 9 events are complete. If you want to have a look at the Rowing Victoria app, the brand new Rowing Victoria app, or the website, you can see all the official results coming through very soon after each race, which will give you a full set of winners so far today. I note the results have been shared around already between the schools, and the Loretto Ballarat, a couple of wins in the girls' events, along with Ballarat Grammar School, and of course Ballarat Clarendon. We just saw take a win in the Division 1 Quad Scull. And on the boys' side of events, 2 wins already to St Patrick's College, 2 to Ballarat Clarendon, and Division 1 going the way of Ballarat Grammar School. So a number of schools already getting on the board and taking out wins here today at the head of the lake in our youngest category of racing, our Year 9s, who hopefully have enjoyed their first head of the lake experience. We'll move on shortly to our Year 10 events, beginning with the Division 5 and 6 combined event in the schoolboys Quad Scull. followed by the same event in the schoolgirls. So divisions 5 and 6 combined, races 11 and 12. They'll again come from the 1,000-metre start. And the first of those is timed to get underway in a couple of minutes, but I can't yet see the boats all lined up at the start. So we'll have action on the course fairly shortly. And then, of course, later on today, after 11 o'clock, we go to the 2,000-metre start for our open events to conclude racing. So, big morning of racing still ahead of us here. Well done, but there to Ballarat Clarendon taking out the schoolgirls Year 9 Division 1 quad scull, and to Ballarat Grammar School for taking out the schoolboys Division 1 in Year 9. So we do have our 3 boats underway now in the Year 10 Division 5 and 6 male school Cox Quad. A field of 3 here and 2 crews from St Patrick's, so good depth certainly from that school. We're seeing here the Division 5 crew is on the spectator side, or the southern side of Lake Wendouree. That's the crew of Finn Edwards, Charlie Beachy, Jasper Delaney, Kane McInerney and Harry Valenzuela, coached by Mike Bleicher and Elijah Nearhouse. And their Division 6 crew is in lane 4 on the finish tower side of the course. Joshua Canavan, Thomas Stevens, James Murfitt, Thomas Loudon and Jack Brazell, coached by Joseph Elliott and Jack Williamson. They sit first and second at this stage, and their third crew in the race is from Ballarat Grammar School. in the centre lane, and that is a combination of Jimmy Jess, Tom McIntyre, Monty Sampson, Isha Upal, and Mitchell Lesky, coached by Benjamin Meakin. So they continue down the course in that same order now, with only about 150 metres of the race to go. So St Patrick's number 5 there in lane 2, looking pretty comfortably clear as they look to gain some valuable points for their school in the race for the overall premiership, which was won last year by St Patrick's, the Harold Deverson Cup for the Premier Boys Rowing School, and showing why here with strong depth in Year 10. They're going to take out the top 2 spots here in the combined Division 5 and 6 quad scull event, and really racing all the way to the line 2. That crew over on lane 2, and they'll take out a comfortable win here. So St Patrick's first in the Division 5 and 6 Schoolboys quad scull, and they will score the Quinella here. In fact, the 2 crews from St Patrick's comfortably across in first and second place. So lane 2, the Division 5 crew wins the race. Lane 4, the Division 6 crew will come across in second place, and third will go in between those 2 crews from St Patrick's to the Ballarat Grammar School as they make their way down lane 3. Just a few strokes to go to complete the 1,000-metre course here in race 11, and another win for the St Patrick's College. Three crews underway now in the female school Year 10 Division 5 and 6 quad scull. Loretto Ballarat have the southern side of the course, and then two crews from Ballarat Grammar School. So they're the ones with the strong depth in this event with the Division 5 and 6 crew. Crews are getting up towards the halfway mark of the race. In fact, these are three quad sculls. Wouldn't be more than a length between them all at this point in proceedings, so a very good first 500 from all three crews. So over in lane 2 we have the crew from Loretto College: Sophie Sims, Jonty Clark, Zara Schultz, Megan Simpson and Emily Gunn, coached by Craig Smith. Ballarat Grammar School in lane 5 is their Division 5 crew. That is Abby Pincott, Eliza Jackson, Elspeth Hope, Phoebe Pittard and Scarlett Kwan, coached by Kylie Lanyon and Marty Francis. And Ballarat Grammar number 6 in lane 4, Alana Goss, Sophie Cust, Cora Taylor, Alexa Novak and Maggie Mercer, coached by Will Beachy. And if anything, I think Ballarat Grammar 6 might have a slight edge on Ballarat Grammar 5, but possibly Loretto lead them both here now on the southern side of the water under the watchful eyes of our officials there in the following speedboat too. And we do thank all our volunteer officials for being here today. Again, the change of date meant that some of the originally scheduled umpires weren't able to be here on a Tuesday, but they've been able to assemble a full team of officials to ensure the safe running of the regatta, and they're out there on the water watching these three quad sculls make their way down. But certainly now the lead is with Loretto College over on lane 2, and then a very tight battle between these two crews from the Ballarat Grammar School side by side in lanes 3 and 4, but it looks increasingly like they are racing for second place as Loretto College start to pull away as they race towards the finish line. 120 metres to go for the crew out in front here on lane 2. It's been a good morning already for Loretto. They've had 2 wins in the Year 9 races and look set to take out their first win here in Year 10 as well. They were very strong last year, especially in the younger age groups, and really dominating those early schoolgirl events. So that same form line carrying through to 2025 with these girls now racing in their second head of the lake. Still very tight for second and third between the two crews from Ballarat Grammar School, but the head of the lake title for 2025 and the Year 10 Division 5 Schoolgirls Cox Quad Scull will go the way of Loretto College. They come across for just over a 2-length win in the end, and jubilation there for the Loretto crew. Have a look at the race for second up, Ballarat Grammar, and I think lane 4 may have pinched that. The number 6 crew may have got up over number 5, but that is the unofficial call. Not quite on the finish line here. It was very tight, second and third, but Loretto College, lane 2, the winners of the Division 5 and 6 Year 10 Female School Coxed Quad Scull. Confirmation from our judges there that second place has gone to Ballarat Grammar School number 6 on lane 4 and third place to Ballarat Grammar 5 on lane 3. But the winner is definitely the Loretto crew on lane 2. Sophie Sims, Jonty Clark, Zara Schultz, Megan Simpson and Emily Gunn, coached by Craig Smith. We go straight back to the schoolboys races. Year 10 Division 4 is on the course. Ballarat High School in lane 2, Ballarat Grammar in lane 3, Ballarat Clarendon in 4 and St Patrick's in lane 5. The 4 crews on their way, and 2 strong chances here in lanes 3 and 5, St Patrick's and Ballarat Grammar. The Grammar crew is Digby Smith, Isaac Philippidis, Thomas Hinkley, Mac Buchanan and Arabella Jess, coached by Kayla Walker. And the St Patrick's crew, who look to have their boat narrowly in front here, would be Harrison Bennett, Oscar Florence, Redmond Ward, Lucas Pickles and Callum Seekins, coached by Gabriel Yanes. So as they come again inside the final 120 metres of the course, it is a narrow lead to St Patrick's, and they have put the foot down as they've had to, because Ballarat Grammar School certainly chasing powerfully there on the other side of the course. Just a couple of messy strokes, a bit of rough water coming off the blades there, and these slightly challenging conditions here, but St Patrick's are dealing with it well, and they've now got a boat length lead over the combination from Ballarat Grammar School. Ballarat Clarendon look to be coming into third, but the win will go to St Patrick's as they come across now in the Year 10 Division 4 Schoolboys Cox Quad Sculls. St Patrick's first on lane 5, and it just did come unstuck there late for Ballarat Grammar School. They get across in the end with just 3 rowing and probably 2.5 lengths behind, but still take out second place. A strong challenge from them late in the race. Ballarat Clarendon will be next. They'll finish in third place, and fourth will go to the crew from Ballarat High as they come down the spectator side of the course. And it is great to see so many spectators here today on a Tuesday. Not quite the crowds we'd usually have when this regatta is held on a Sunday morning, but still a fantastic atmosphere as Ballarat High come across and conclude the race. They finish in fourth place, and it's St Patrick's who take out another win here today. That's their third of the day, in fact, if my maths is correct, which it's often not, but anyway, it's been a strong performance from St Patrick's, who are the defending champions in the overall Schoolboys Rowing Premiership, the Harold Davison Cup. And the JH Netherway Cup will go to the Premier Girls Rowing School at today's regatta, won last year by Loretto College, quite convincingly, if I recall correctly too, with their results, especially in the younger age groups. If you want to keep track of the point score for those 2 trophies, if you've got a hold of the official program, the printed program for today's regatta, there is a score table at the back of that book where you can see which races do count for points and keep a track of the scores as they come through. Early maths again artificially suggests that it is fairly close in both counts, and there's no clear leader yet after only a couple of point score races there in year 9, but we've got plenty more to come, and those trophies will obviously go to the winning school at the conclusion of all racing here today. Just a brief public service announcement too, as the next race is already underway, but we would advise all present here today to ensure that your cars are parked legally around the regatta venue. Please ensure that cars are parked legally in correct spaces throughout today. And here does come the 14th race on the card here, the Year 10 Division 4 Female School Cox Quad Scale Ballarat Clarendon, Ballarat Grammar and Loretto, the three crews contending here. And Loretto, the crew closest to this finish tower side of the course, do look to be fairly comfortably clear. Sienna Templar, Annabelle Donald, Piper Drew, Ava Taylor and Chanelli Jayasuria, the Cox of that crew, coached by Lily Delaney, and they've gone out to about a 2.5 length lead now over Grammar in second, Nieka Nalda, Acacia Merrick, Grace Ayers, Alita Scollery and Poppy Shields, coached by Andrew Holmes and Kylie Lanyon. And then in third place, it would be the Ballarat Clarendon crew of Zali Horn, Mia Riddle, Pippi Dingle, Claudia Crowder and Angela Rosewarne. It's reasonably spread out here, these three crews in Division 4, racing over the 1,000 metre distance here again. And they've now got pretty much right at 100 metres to go for our race leaders. And they've stretched out now to probably a 3 or slightly more, in fact, boat length lead over Ballarat Grammar and Ballarat Clarendon. A bit closer there for second and third, but certainly no doubt about our race winners. So Loretto College will continue their strong form here in Year 10. They've won Division 5 and now they'll take out Division 4 as well. Loretto College across in first place. 3.5 lengths back it'll be to the boat there with the red canvas of the Ballarat Grammar School. And then the boat, the white boat, but the red colours of the athletes in the Ballarat Clarendon combination will finish in third. Still a couple of strokes to go for them to complete the course, but all three crews just about home here in the Year 10 Division 4 Schoolgirls Cox Quad Scull. But Loretto College have another win. They were the dominant school in Year 9 last year, so it does not at all surprise me that they are doing the same here in Year 10 in 2025. They've won the first two events of that age category. And similarly on the boys' side of the draw, St Patrick's have been equally strong, taking out the two events contested so far, with Division 3 about to commence down at the 1,000 metre start, with the course bathed in sunshine. I think they're in fact already racing there. They are indeed well underway. In fact, into the second 250 now of the course. There is one crew a little bit stranded at the rear of the course. I think that is the crew from Ballarat Clarendon in lane 2. But St Patrick's and Ballarat Grammar School have gone out having a good race in 2 amongst themselves so far. And it is certainly close between those two as they come past the halfway mark now of this 1,000 metre race. So Ballarat Grammar School lane 4, closest to the finish tower side of the course. That's Charlie Conroy, Jacob Craig, Angus Semensma, Jonathan Stewart and Ruben Pognault, coached by Adrian Mendoza. And St Patrick's alongside them in lane 3, Oscar Sim, Kingston Kidd, Charlie Saw, Lachlan Chiswell and Kai Bellin, coached by Oliver Frangos and James Shaw. And then the third crew there, which looked to have an issue early in the race, is the combination from Ballarat Clarendon of Rex Sutcliffe, Abhijot Singh, Finnegan Francis, James Irwin and Angela Rosewarne. They're coached by James Watley, but unfortunately for them, we'll almost certainly come across in third place, but they are at least seemingly moving now with the full crew once again. But the race out in front is very, very tight. 20 metres to row now as St Patrick's try and maintain a perfect record here in Year 10, but Ballarat Grammar School have a narrow edge across to this northern side of the course, and once again we just see a few oars splashing the water a bit much, so it is challenging out there for these younger athletes to maintain consistent boat speed, and that's always going to be a challenge over the closing strokes of the race, especially as they start to tire in the run towards the finish. But still it is Ballarat Grammar School by the narrowest of margins ahead of St Patrick's as the two crews converge on the final 100 metres of the course. The Ballarat Grammar School combination still maintains this lead. St Patrick's about a half length down, and with only 3 or 4 strokes to go, it'll be Ballarat Grammar School who'll go away and win the Head of the Lake for 2025 in the Year 10 Division 3 Schoolboys Quad, and they win it in the end by about 3/4 of a length, so a strong finish indeed from the Ballarat Grammar combination on lane 4. Ballarat Grammar first, St Patrick's finish second, and third will go to Ballarat Clarendon. They've still got about a quarter of the course to travel. we'll see as they get closer, but I think there may well have been a shipwreck in that boat in the early stages, which has made things very challenging indeed for that crew, but they will do well to complete the 1,000 metres shortly, so good work there from Ballarat Clarendon, but particularly good work by Ballarat Grammar School. Charlie Conroy, Jacob Craig, Angus Semensma, Jonathan Stewart and Ruben Pognol, coached by Adrian Mendoza, have won the Year 10 Division 3 Schoolboys Quad title. And well done, Ballarat Clarendon. Yes, unfortunately, the three-seat there has obviously been out of action for most of the race, so it's a tough 1,000-metre row with just three-quarters of the rowers in the boat able to move them through the water, but they've almost got the job done here in third place. It'll be for Ballarat Clarendon. Just a couple of strokes to go to complete the 1,000-metre course, as they're about to come across now in third place. So good work from Ballarat Clarendon. They'll finish third in the Year 10 Division 3 Male School Cox Quad Scull, which is a point score event. So by finishing the race, they will secure some important points for their school, their Ballarat Clarendon. But Ballarat Grammar take out maximum points in Year 10 Division 3. Racing now in the Year 10 Division 3 Schoolgirls event, a field of 4 this time round. Damascus College in lane 2, Ballarat Grammar School in 3, Loretto in 4, Ballarat Clarendon in 5, and already it is a clear lead showing out, it looks like, to the crew from Loretto as they look to make it 4 from 4 here in Year 10. Their crew on lane 4 is Sophie Huff, Isabel Wise, Emma McConchy, Sadie McAteer, Olivia Valenzuela, and Jessica Stute, the coach of that combination, who'd be about a length or so clear of the closest crew to them, which I'd reckon from here is Ballarat Grammar School in lane 3. Mietta Robertson, Lizzie Dennis, Lucy Calvert, Emily Morgan and Kate Burke, coached by Andrew Holmes. And then on either side of the course, battling for third and fourth place, I would think probably Damascus next in 2. That's Bella Fuentalba, Molly Murnane, Aoife Lewis, Georgia Thompson and Amalia Carameros, coached by Linda Skidmore. Second crew of the day, Linda Skidmore, very hard-working coach there at Damascus College, alongside her a job at Rowing Victoria as well. And then in fourth place, it'd be Ballarat Clarendon, lane 5, Priya Luhub, Sienna Webber, Sophia Cheeseman, Emily Finch and Isabella Ebenwaldner. They are coached by Hamish Richardson. But they continue down the course in the same formation here with about 20 metres to go for our race leaders, and it's Loretto College once again. Certainly the home school here on the finish line into the course, with their building just beyond the finish, and they are racing towards that now with a bit over a boat length lead from Ballarat Grammar School, still there in second. Ballarat Clarendon have come back into contention late in this race for at least a third spot finish. They're battling with Damascus on opposite sides of the course, so they won't have too much visibility of the other crew as they do race out for third, and the all-important extra point that will bring in the overall premiership. But maximum points once again are going to go the way of Loretto College. This has been a dominant performance so far in the Year 10 category of racing, and they are clear here by a length and a half ahead of Ballarat Grammar School in second place, and still very, very tight for third, maybe just Damascus, but Loretto will take out first place in the Year 10 Division 3 Schoolgirls at Quad Scull. Loretto first, about 2 lengths will be the margin over Ballarat Grammar School in second place. Third and fourth will indeed be tight. Damascus and Ballarat Clarendon, and that is as close as you like. 4 lanes apart across the course, and we'll let the judges sort that one out for third place. But Loretto the winners there, Sophie Huff, Isabel Wise, Emma McConchy, Sadie McAteer, Olivia Valenzuela and Jessica Stute, the coach. And third will go the way of Ballarat Clarendon in race 16. So third lane 5, Ballarat Clarendon just edging out in fourth place, lane 2, Damascus College. So Loretto first, Grammar second, Ballarat Clarendon third, and Damascus in fourth place. The Year 10 Division 3 Schoolgirls Coxed Quad. Now to the Year 10 Division 2 Schoolboys Quad. Ballarat Clarendon in lane 2, St Patrick's in 3, Grammar in 4. The three crews contesting this event, and the lead certainly is with St Patrick's in the centre of the course. Max Arwood, Liam Shaw, Hamish Quigley, Lachlan Cowell, and Angus Lester, coached by Josh Phillips and Steve Coughlin, the lead crew there from St Pat's, but only just in front of the other two crews. It'd barely be a length over the entire field here. Very tight finish in the last boys' race with Ballarat Grammar School getting over the top of St Patrick's. They'll have to work hard here to do that. It may well be Ballarat Clarendon challenging slightly more strongly now on the southern side of the course. Lachlan Folbig, Lachlan Harris, Hamish Ross, Thomas O'Reilly and Angela Rosewarne, coached by Ben Davies. And Ballarat Grammar School still in contention there as well. Oliver Wright, Eamon Joyce, Angus Page, Nate Oswin and Oscar Old, coached by Angelo Litras. So it is still St Patrick's here. The danger certainly is to their stroke side. The crew there from Ballarat Clarendon who've started to move in with a bit of a burst, but then a few messy strokes as the wind comes across the course, and that might just have almost ended their chances, unfortunately, of a late surge at our lead crew. But St Patrick's just looking a bit more together and controlled there in the centre lane of the course. Clear by a bit over a length now still from Ballarat Clarendon and Ballarat Grammar School. But with only a couple of strokes, it'll be St Patrick's who come across and take out the win. They're pulling away now from the other two crews. They'll win it by a length and a half. So St Patrick's first on lane 3. They take it out ahead of Ballarat Clarendon. And then Grammar will finish in 3rd position. So the win there goes to the crew of Max Alwood, Liam Shaw, Hamish Quigley, Lachlan Cowell, and Angus Lester, coaches Josh Phillips and Steve Coughlin in the Year 10 Division 2 Schoolboys Quad. Officials keeping precisely the schedule here. The 10:30 race is underway, the Year 10 Division 2 Schoolgirls Quad. I mentioned too that there were some changes to our officials roster for today when the regatta date was postponed by a couple of days. So we'll thank all of our officials here today under the leadership of Paul Diggerson, the president of the jury, Rod Florence and John Nichols at the start line. Our umpires Alistair Shaw, Barry Wright and Bruce McInnes. Tony Lawless, the marshal. Stephen Spring aligning at the 1,000 metre start as well. So thank you to all of our officials for being available at short notice to ensure this regatta could take place at the rescheduled date today. And they keep racing it down the course here in race 18 and surprisingly enough, in a Year 10 race, it's being led by the crew from Loretto College on lane 3. Leah Timpano, Bridget Mulcahy, Maya Templar, Hayley Gardner, and Missy Davies, the crew. Amelia Ridley is the coach. And Loretto would have a lead of a bit over a length, it would be, from a good battle for second place between Ballarat Clarendon on one side and Ballarat Grammar the other. Those two crews certainly the closest to our leaders. The Grammar crew in lane 2, Isabel Harris, Lucy Alcock, Isla Huntington, Chloe Della, Mia Vendy and Ashley Pittard. And then Ballarat Clarendon lane 4, Winter Watson, Bettina Ambrose, Charlie Tui, Anna Bray and Ruby Brizzy, coached by Ebony Ebenwaldner. And then in 4th place, it'd be Ballarat High School lane 5, Molly Hayes, Elizabeth Wiley, Jasmine Parker, Ruby Mainwaring, Peyton Norman Kinner, coached by Audrey English and Eliza Ray. But it continues to be Loretto who lead here. It's been the story of these Year 10 races so far. And they've got a margin still of a couple of lengths, it would be. And extending, I would think, ahead of the race for second place. Maybe Grammar just ahead of Ballarat Clarendon. But again, a couple of lengths between those two crews. So they won't be precisely aware of where they sit relative to each other, but there's no doubt about our race leaders certainly well out in front, the crew from Loretto College. Our next 2 races to come will be the Division 1 events in Year 10, so our last 2 1,000 metre races coming up shortly. In fact, our last 3,000 metre races. There is a sculling race as well to follow the Division 1 crews, but in Division 2, it is Loretto College leading through as they look to make it 5 from 5 so far in the Year 10 events. A dominant performance so far here today in this category of racing. by the girls in yellow and blue from Loretto College. It's still very tight for second. Ballarat Grammar School on the spectator side will get plenty of support here in the closing strokes, and Ballarat Clarendon on the judges' tower side of the course. But the win once again will go the way of Loretto College on lane 3. They take out the Division 2 Year 10 Schoolgirls quad, and they win it by almost 3 lengths on the line from it. It'll be Ballarat Grammar School rowing clear into second place in the end. So they maximise the points for their school. Linked ahead of Ballarat Clarendon third, and then Ballarat High School, who we'll see shortly, finishing in 4th place down lane 5. So underway, well and truly underway here in race 19, the Year 10 Division 1 Male School Cox Quad Scale, the top division here in the Year 10 quads for schoolboys. St Patrick's, whose supporters have just arrived here in huge numbers, it seems, in lane 2, and they're well placed in this race. Ballarat Grammar School in 3, Ballarat High in 4, Ballarat Clarendon lane 5 are the 4 crews on their way down the course, and it looks like at this stage on either side of the course a race between St Patrick's, Ballarat Clarendon and Grammar still there as well. A few chances here as they come through with about 350 metres now to race, but the St Patrick's crew of Joshua Elliott, Oliver Elliott, Patrick Stute, Lachlan Cameron, Blake Roberts, coached by Sam Hutchison, and Bill Gribble does look to be our narrow leaders. Ahead of on this side, Ballarat Clarendon, Callum Stevens, Charlie Lawler, Charles Watley, Harry Clark, and William Belcher, coached by Matt Olver. They had a great race in this same event last year. These are 2 crews as well, if I recall correctly, at St Patrick's, who got the win last time these crews contested the same event. I think back at the head of the schoolboys 3 or 4 weeks ago now on this course, St Patrick's beat Ballarat Grammar School that day in a race that was won by Xavier College of Melbourne, but they were the best place of the Ballarat schools. Ballarat Grammar School, they were in 3rd place, were not far behind that race either. That was Tom Kinnersley, Charlie Remington, Monty Scott Barber, Archibald Fraser and Harvey Hamlin, coached by Matt Hamlin. But out in front, it is the St Patrick's combination, and they are really pulling away here now in the closing strokes of the race. So it's going to be a commanding win once again to the crew from St Patrick's. Over in lane 2 in the Year 10 Division 1 Schoolboys Quad Scale, St Patrick's take out the win. And second will be tight, but it's going to go the way of the crew from Ballarat Clarendon. About 2.5 lengths further back, they cross in second. 2/3 of a length clear of Ballarat Grammar School in 3rd on lane 3. And then a gap back to Ballarat High School, who will finish 4th. Their crew, Jai Hamill, Ronan McKinnon, Van Kempen, Brady Davidge, Patrick Hill and George English, coached by Zoe Edwards and Emily Coots. But it's St Patrick's who take out the Year 10 Division 1 Schoolboys Quad, which is an almost perfect record for St Patrick's in lane 10. Just beaten by Ballarat Grammar in one event, which I think was Division 3. But they have swept the rest, St Pat's. That is a very strong effort in Year 10. And we'll soon see if Loretto College can do the same with the Year 10 schoolgirls races, because they are a chance to go 5 from 5 as well in our next race to come down the course. And we are right on start time at 10:40 for the Year 10 Division 1 Schoolgirls Quad. And we do have some movement, looks like, at the 1,000 metre start. Still in bright sunshine, most of the course, in fact, bathed in sunshine here today. A bit of wind certainly to keep things interesting for these crews, but generally speaking, fairly even conditions across the course. Behind them I can see our sculling boats lining up too for what will be the last of the 1,000 metre races, and then we'll go to the 2,000 metre start for the open events coming down from 11 a.m. So a couple more 1,000 metre races to go, and this of course is the big one now as far as the schoolgirls are concerned. Loretto lane 2, Ballarat Clarendon in 3, Ballarat High in 4, and Ballarat Grammar School in lane 5. And it looks like that Ballarat Grammar School is the one throwing out the challenge now to the crew from Loretto. On the far side of the course, they certainly look to be our top 2 as they've already come through the first 400 or so metres of this 1,000 metre race down Lake Wendouree here for the head of the lake in 2025, race 20 of 31 on today's program. And this is one of the hotly contested events of that, there is no doubt. Loretto lane 2, Matilda Grant, Ella French, Jess Charlson, Lucy Barlow, Gracie O'Connor, and coached by Harrison Boges. And on this side, Ballarat Grammar School, lane 5, Meg Howard, Charlize Kennedy, Annabelle Miller, Mary Mould, and Millie Cuss. They're coached by Lee Marriott. And then it would be Ballarat Clarendon lane 3, Lara Aston Wong, Ruby Pearce, Millie Mason, Estelle Freeman, and Harper Henjack, coached by Emily Bathurst. And behind them, in lane 4, the crew from Ballarat High, who probably sit only about 3 or 4 lengths off the race lead. It's pretty compact here at this stage, but the crew from Ballarat High, Isabel Loader, Macy Kellich, Charlotte Turnbull, Summer Kotek, and Thomas Loader, coached by Chloe Kinane. But the advantage now looks to be with Ballarat Grammar School on this northern side of the course. So they pushed clear of Loretto in that third 250. They're about to pass the last of the marker boys that divide this 1,000 metre course into quarters, the big yellow floating cube there on either side of the course, and certainly the crew from Ballarat Grammar School have gone past that mark with what now looks like to be quite a substantial lead, in fact, over the two crews who reckon they're fighting out for second and third now on the spectator side of the course. Loretto, and beside them the combination from Ballarat Clarendon. But certainly Ballarat Grammar School have gone for home strongly here on lane 5, pushing through in the middle section of the race, and they can hold things together here over the final 150 metres. This will be a pretty substantial win in the Year 10 Division 1 event for the crew from Ballarat Grammar. They lead it from Loretto, still second, just ahead of Ballarat Clarendon, and Ballarat High about 2 lengths further off the pace, but certainly comfortably out in front and rowing here with great control in the closing strokes of the race. A well-coached crew by Lee Marriott there on lane 5, and the win will go to Ballarat Grammar School. The Year 10 Division 1 Schoolgirls quad is won by the combination of Meg Howard, Charlize Kennedy, Annabella Miller, Mary Mole and Millie Cust. And they win it by 3 lengths. Loretto will finish in second place, just over a length ahead of the crew from Ballarat Clarendon. Alongside them, he'll take out third, and fourth will go the way of Ballarat High in race 20, the Year 10 Division 1 Schoolgirls Quad Scull, and a strong win there to Ballarat Grammar, who record the victory and stop that run of consecutive races also by Loretto in Year 10. It is maximum points to Ballarat Grammar in the Division 1 Quad Scull. Sculling race will be next, race 21. Last of our 1,000 metre events. This is in fact 3 races in one, so a combined event. The schoolgirls single, the schoolboys single and the schoolboys double all racing together here. If you are looking at the printed program, I think there might be an additional 2 to the field from what was originally scheduled. We should have 2 double sculls on this northern side of the course, 3 schoolboys single scullers and 1 schoolgirls single sculler as well. So 3 titles to be decided in the one event here. And they are underway as well. 2 double sculls expect to be the fastest boats are on this finish tower side of the course, and certainly one of those ones wandered a bit off the course actually little unfortunately for them, the lane 7 combination from Ballarat Grammar School, just with a few steering issues, heading off in the direction of their boat shed there on the other side of those reeds on the northern side of the lake, but hopefully can correct that. That's the Ballarat Grammar crew of Lawson Smith and Marco Chumilero. The other double sculler is Damascus College in lane 6, Kieran Govan and Hamish McNaughton. And they are steering a pretty good line and would be the race leaders here, both overall and certainly as far as the double sculling event is concerned. 3 schoolboy single scullers here too. Damascus College William Catnack in lane 3, St Patrick's William Coldo in lane 4, and Ballarat Grammar School Finn Wilson in lane 5 of the 3 boys scullers, who are all in pretty close proximity heading up towards the halfway point of the race. And we have 1 schoolgirl sculler too. That's Medea Ahmed from Ballarat Clarendon, who's racing in lane 2. That's closest to the what's usually the spectator side of the course. Of course, today we've got spectators on both points. But on that southern bank of Lake Wendouree is where that Ballarat Clarendon single sculler will be coming down. But she sits behind the 3 schoolboy single scullers, and the leader of those 3 looks to be in the centre there, the St Patrick's sculler. In fact, the Damascus sculler, there's been a bit of switching of lanes, I think, going on here, but Damascus in the single sculling event stand in front here with William Catnack, and in the double scull, it's Damascus certainly comfortably clear and rapidly approaching the finish line. In fact, Kieran Govan and Hamish McNaughton of Damascus College look likely to take out the double sculling race here. The schoolboys single, still a tight race, but between the scullers from Damascus and also Ballarat Grammar School's Finn Wilson. He's not out of contention late in the race either. They've got about 200 metres to go, our single scullers, but the leading double scull is approaching the conclusion of their race, and a strong win coming up here to the Damascus College combination of Kieran Govan and Hamish McNaughton, as they push their way through the final line of boys, and Damascus College in lane 6 will take out the schoolboys double scull at the head of the lake for 2025. Kieran Govan and Hamish McNaughton across to take out the win there on lane 6. And are we about to see 2 wins in the space of about 30 seconds to Damascus College? I think we might, although Finn Wilson is not done with yet with William Catnack of Damascus. Those 2 stroke for stroke with only 3 or 4 to go. But the Damascus sculler is doing enough, and he'll win this one by a length. So it is William Catnack from Damascus College who's next across the line. He takes out the schoolboys single scull ahead of Finn Wilson from Ballarat Grammar School. And then 4th overall, but 3rd in his event will be William Coldo of St Pat's. So he will receive the finish siren very, very soon. Then we've got the Ballarat Grammar School double scull on this finish tower side of the course, which had the steering issues early on, but have done well to get back on the course. Lawson Smith and Marco Chumilero will be 5th across the line in the combined race, but they'll be 2nd in their event, the schoolboys double scull. And they're safely across now as well. A good recovery from them. And then we have the Ballarat Clarendon sculler, Medea Ahmed, over there on lane 2, who will get plenty of support from the crowd in red that she's about to go past right now. But with only a few strokes to go, she is going to win the schoolgirl single scull. And she heads towards the finish line now and comes across. So it is a win there to Ballarat Clarendon as far as the schoolgirls single scull is concerned. Well done to Medea Ahmed. The winner of the schoolboys single scull was William Catnack of Damascus, and the double scull also going to Damascus College, Kieran Govan and Hamish McNaughton. So 3 races completed there in very quick succession. Again, a reminder to head to the Rowing Victoria website for live results from this regatta, or even better, download the new Rowing Victoria app, which will give you access to the same information, all the results as they are confirmed by our judges here in the tower. They are going up on the website very soon after each race, so you can keep track of the times and margins for all the crews here today, and work out to the leading school as far as the point scores are concerned. Still but plenty of points to be gained in the open races to come, of course, as St Patrick's in the boys and Loretto and the girls look to defend their Premier School titles from 2024. And of course, we'll also have The final two races of the day, racing for the Head of the Lake trophies. For the boys, the Dowling Challenge Cup, and for the girls, the Patterson Shield, which will be the last two races of today's regatta. There'll be a slight pause in proceedings here just for a few minutes while our officials reset at the 2,000 metre start. Magnificent start line here, the Lake Wendouree 2,000 metre start right up against the bank on the city end of the course. And we'll have racing coming from there in around about 7 minutes' time. Our first race to come at 11 o'clock is the Open Division 5 Schoolboys Coxed 4. And our 2,000 metre race is continuing through till the Schoolboys Division 1 at 20 past 12 and the Schoolgirls Division 1 at 12:30. So a big 90 minutes of racing coming up here to determine our Head of the Lake champions for 2025. Again, just repeating that public service announcement from earlier on. Please ensure that if you've parked your car anywhere around the venue today that you have parked it legally in a marked space, not on footpaths or otherwise it might seem safely out of the way, but please ensure your vehicles are parked correctly in a marked space throughout today's proceedings. So sticking right to schedule, we have our 11 o'clock race on the course and already a couple of minutes into their work. This is race 22, the first of our 2,000 metre races, the Open Division 5 Male School Cox 4 with a field of 3 on their way down here. Ballarat High School in lane 2, St Patrick's in 3, and Ballarat Clarendon in lane 4. The 3 contenders here. Still in the early stages, just into the second 500 metres now, in fact, of this race. And I'd reckon there's 2 crews pretty close together battling for the lead. That'd be St Patrick's and Ballarat Clarendon, the clear top 2. Not a great deal between them at this stage, with only a third of this 2,000 metre race completed. Crew from St Patrick's in lane 3, Benny Eckel, Patrick Butler, Kobe Jones, Sebastian Valenzuela, Matthew Zwidland, coached by Stephen Wood and Caden Long. Ballarat Clarendon in lane 4, we have Archie Nat, Drew Spencer, Daniel Hill, Niall Roberts and William Bray, coached by James Forsyth and Charlie McClure. He may well have raced this regatta last year, if my memory serves me correctly. But I know there's a lot of McClures in the Ballarat Clarendon program. But they are certainly in this crew, which is a good chance here in Division 5. But a good contest to come with St Patrick's, I would suggest, as they come through the halfway mark of the race. And on in, well, at least towards the second 1,000 metres. And there's not a great deal between those 2 crews at all from where I sit, Ballarat Clarendon and St Patrick's, with then a few links back to the combination from Ballarat High on lane 2. On the southern side of the course, their crew is Jules Colts, Luke Brogan, Will Hudson, Ari Williams and Mackenzie Hocking, coached by Harley Carnes and Eliza Strawhorn. Still on quite close together, these 2 crews. I reckon maybe narrowly the Ballarat Clarendon combination of their boat in front now, ahead of St Patrick's. It's actually the first time Division 5 has been raced in the Open Cox 4 in recent years. It's not required, certainly in the last couple of years. Only 4 divisions of male Cox 4 in recent years, so good to see the numbers building up here in terms of head of the lake fields, and a great contest still between these 2 crews, with Ballarat Clarendon having their boat in front but not yet able to shake off this crew from St Patrick's as well in the on the southern side of the course. So remains tight between these 2, and this one has shades of Division 1 last year. St Patrick's and Ballarat Clarendon side by side in an open 4s race heading towards the finish line. The advantage certainly still is with the crew in red, but it's not enough of a lead at this stage to put the queue in the rack. St Patrick's chasing hard in second place, but Ballarat Clarendon have about half a length now, with 60 or so metres to row. They may just about have seen off the strong challenge now from St Patrick's. It's the crew from Ballarat Clarendon College racing in lane 4, a couple of strokes to go, and in the end they'll go clear by almost a length and take the win here. So Ballarat Clarendon win the Open Division 5 Schoolboys Cox 4. Ballarat Clarendon first in the first of our sweepboard events for today, and have a look at the jubilation in that crew who've got the win there for Ballarat Clarendon. Second to St Pat's, and third will go the way in a few strokes time to the crew from Ballarat High racing in lane 2. As they come past the spectator point there, Great to see the numbers increasing around the course here. I understand there's plenty of Year 12 school students to come down here in the last couple of hours of racing and watch proceedings, so we'll have plenty of atmosphere and noise as these open races continue to come down. And it's Ballarat High School who will finish in third place here to conclude Division 5. But the win goes to Ballarat Clarendon, Archie Nat, Jules Spencer, Daniel Hill, Niall Roberts and William Bray, coached by James Forsyth and Charlie McClure. The Open Division 5 Male School Coxed 4. Officials at the start line doing a great job again. Our next race already well and truly underway. The Female School Open, Cox 4, Divisions 5 and 6 combined. One crew here from Loretto Ballarat on the southern side of the course, and then two crews from Ballarat Grammar in lanes at 3 and 4. So the Division 5 and 6 crews from Grammar, as we saw them also race in Year 10 earlier today as well. It was a very tight race in Year 10, I recall, but it remains the same here in the early stages of this one, with probably Loretto on the southern side, the early race leaders. And it may well be a case once again of Ballarat Grammar's Division 6 crew leading their Division 5 crew, but plenty of racing remains about a third of the way through this 2,000 metre race as they continue to make their way here down the course. So the three crews: Loretto Lane 2, Chelsea Templar, Imogen Mann, Charlotte Halsall, Ella Cartwright and Sage Sasinski. Ballarat Grammar Lane 3, Remy Lake, Meg Gorey, Annabelle Pincott, Matilda Liu and Elise Mason, coached by India Flamsteed. And Ballarat Grammar in Lane 4, their Division 6 crew: Grace Jackson, M. Mises, Charlotte Ravisa, Soph Reed and Lily Bray, coached by Caitlin Grieve. So they are the three crews contending here for the title here in Division 5 and 6 combined. This race was held last year, unlike the male event, which wasn't required, but it was won in 2024 by Loretto, ahead of Ballarat Clarendon a year ago. In fact, when it's the last couple of years, it seems like Loretto Ballarat getting the Quinella in 2023 as well, so strong history in this particular event. The combination from Loretto College, and in search of yet another race win here after a strong performance, taking out 4 of the 5 Year 10 events and two of the Year 9 events as well, and looking set to get their open campaign underway in style. But it's a good race with the lead Ballarat Grammar School crew. Again, it is, I reckon it's lane 4 from Grammar who's the better placed of those two crews. So again, we may be able to see here the seemingly the lower ranked crew, if the entry numbers are as I expect them to be, leading the higher ranked crew, Division 6 over Division 5. And a good contest still with that lead crew from Loretto College across on the southern side of the course. As they continue through the third 500 metres, I think that maybe it is Loretto College extending their lead a little, and possibly that challenge from the Division 6 Ballarat Grammar School just fading a little as the race continues. It may well be now the Division 5 crew in the centre of these three boats is up into second place and likely to be the biggest challenger to our race leader from Loretto College, but they are certainly well placed there. That crew from Loretto on the southern bank. Got about 600 or so metres now to go as they head up towards the 1,500 metre marker. Next of the yellow boys, which I think I may have described as cubes earlier today, but they're much more cylindrical on this course. So the yellow cylinders marking each 250 metres of this course, and as the predominantly yellow coloured crew from Loretto College does go past that 1,500 metre mark, it is clear they now have the race lead over Ballarat Grammar School's two crews, and it looks as if Ballarat Grammar, number 5 in lane 3, the crew moving up now into a clear second spot. So the Division 6 crew is certainly going out hard in the first 1,000 metres and asking plenty of questions of their higher ranked school compatriots, but now it does seem the rankings are playing out as expected, but they've got some work to do to catch our race leaders still, because it is Loretto College in the yellow colours who are heading now through well into the final 500 metres of the race, as the crowds here continue to grow, certainly on the spit side of the course as well. And great to hear plenty of support for these crews as they charge their way down the final 250 metres now in this open Division 4, Division 5 and 6 I should say. Schoolgirls 4, and the Ballarat Grammar School is making up some ground here now on Loretto College as well. So it'll be a race in 2, I would think, for the win, but not over yet, as Loretto College leads it from Ballarat Grammar School. The Loretto crew, Chelsea Templar, Imogen Mann, Charlotte Halsall, Ella Cartwright and Sage Shasinski. And next to them, about a length and a half down, is Ballarat Grammar School, Remy Lake, Meg Gorey, Annabelle Pincott, Matilda Liu and Elise Mason, coached by India Flamsteed. But the lead still is there with Loretto, and they look to be holding clear as they come inside now the final 100 metres of this course on Lake Wendouree. Loretto College in front. Ballarat Grammar School have chased them all the way down the 2,000 metre course, but now with only 6 or 7 strokes to go, it's going to be another win coming up here. Their 7th of the day, I think it's going to be. So Loretto College, this time the Open Division 5 and 6, Cox 4, a couple of strokes left, but they come across for a 2-length win. So Loretto Lane 2 take out the win in race 23. Second place will go to Ballarat Grammar School on Lane 3, their Division 5 crew. And after a strong early start, they beat home the Division 6 crew, who will finish in 3rd place on Lane 4. But the title goes in Lane 2 to the crew from Loretto. Race 24 underway. It's a two-boat race, a match race here for the Open Division 4 Male School Cox 4 St Patrick's. The crew in Lane 3, Jarvis McLean, Lachlan Warland, Jet Florence, Flynn Sandlett and Tom Dubos, coached by Cameron Farrington. And Ballarat Clarendon in Lane 4, James Hunter, Adam Dorr, Joss Nunn, Alex Cheeseman and Georgia Croft, the crew coached by Samuel Freeman. So a race in 2 here for the title in the Open 4 Division 2. But we've certainly seen these 2 crews have plenty of great match races in recent history. A couple more yet to come, possibly later on today as well. And 2-boat races can sometimes be fairly compelling if you're lucky enough to watch Australian Henley on the Yarra on the weekend. There was some great match racing took place there over the 1,600 metre course on the Yarra River, and we're hopefully going to see the same here over 2,000 metres on Lake Wendouree between these 2 crews in Division 4. So about 500 metres now down the course, time to separate the 2 crews from this far apart. It might be a slight advantage to Ballarat Clarendon in Lane 4, but plenty of racing remains here as they look for the title in the Open Division 4 event. This race was won by St Patrick's last year. Division 4, in fact, in a race that included 3 St Patrick's crews, so there was a Division 5 and 6 last year, just all raced as a combined event. St Patrick's actually took the Quinella in that race, 1st, 2nd and 3rd ahead of Ballarat Clarendon's Division 4 crew. So they are the defending champions here, the combination from St Patrick's College. Points on the line here also in this race as we're into our final 4-point score races. These Open Division 1 to 4 boats counting in both cases for the boys and the girls rowing premiership. As in this case, St Patrick's look to retain the Harold Devison Cup, which they won last year. These two crews still putting on a pretty tight race here as they make their way down the 2,000 metre course. They raced here for the head of the schoolboys title 3 weekends ago, so just over 3 weeks ago. And that occasion it was Ballarat Clarendon who were the winners. They won that race by almost 8.5 seconds, in fact, over St Patrick's. So these same two crews finished first and second. In a race that included a few of the Melbourne crews as well. Melbourne Grammar School finished in 3rd place in that event. Obviously not here today in the head of the lake, but Ballarat Clarendon do just seem to be extending their margin now past the halfway mark of this race, out on the combination from St Patrick's. So looking to repeat that performance from head of the schoolboys day back in early February. And it does now seem that they've just stretched out by maybe a clear water margin too on the crew from St Patrick's. Just past the 1,250 metre mark, so still plenty of racing remains here for these two Cox 4s. Our next event will be the Schoolgirls Open Division 4 race as we move towards the business end of this regatta. This is race 24 of 31 at the head of the lake for 2025. And as they come into clear review now in the final section of the course, certainly it is. You can see a reasonably substantial margin now to the combination from Ballarat Clarendon College on lane 4. 6 points in the overall premiership will go to the winning crew, 4 points for second place. So all important 2 extra points for the crew that's first across the line. Looks increasingly likely that will be the crew in red from Ballarat Clarendon, who've now probably got about 2.5 lengths maybe on the crew from St Patrick's. So I mentioned it was an 8.5 second margin on this course 3 weeks ago, and it's about the same again here, still with the best part of a quarter of the race to row, or at least 350 or so metres for our lead crew. So Ballarat Clarendon certainly now really extending and stretching out their margin on this crew from St Patrick's, trying to chase Gamely in second place, but a strong lead still to Ballarat Clarendon. James Hunter, Adam DeWard, Joss Nunn, Alex Cheeseman and Georgia Croft in the cock seat of that boat. Samuel Freeman is the coach of the crew from Ballarat Clarendon. And St Patrick's, they're in second place. Jarvis McLean, Lachlan Warland, Jet Florence, Flynn Samlett and Tom Dubos, coached by Cameron Farrington. Our lead crew now with only about 150 metres to go, so certainly extending out to what is a substantial margin now. The combination from Ballarat Clarendon, a lot more than 8.5 seconds it to be between these two crews now, about 4 lengths or so, I would think. So probably a 10 to 12 second margin or thereabouts on the finish line. They're not quite there yet, but they are comfortably clear, so they can enjoy these last few strokes with a look back on the trailing crew. It's going to be a win here in the Open 4 Division 4 to the crew from Ballarat Clarendon as they come across on lane 4 and take a comfortable win in race 24. Ballarat Clarendon first, and 4 lengths it will be back to St Patrick's in second place as they come across the line now as well. So well done to both crews there. A strong win certainly to the combination from Ballarat Clarendon on lane 4 in the Open Division 4 event. Just underway now in our next event from the 2,000 metre start. Well done to our officials up there. Once again, Rod Florence, the 2,000 metre starter, and John Nichols, the aligner. And again, a thank you to all our officials here today: Paul Diggerson, Alistair Shaw, Barry Wright, Bruce McInnes, Tony Lawless, and Stephen Spring for being available here on short notice and ensuring a safe and fair day's racing for all of these athletes at the head of the lake. And we're underway in this Schoolgirls Division 4, Cox 4 event now with a field of 3. Ballarat Clarendon racing in lane 2, Ballarat Grammar lane 3, Loretto lane 4. The 3 boats here again looking for points for their school, as well as obviously the race win. Every place important amongst these 3 schools, so I reckon they'll be the ones to battle out the school point score once the numbers are crunched at the end of the day. I understand those trophies will be presented at the schools at a later date, so not here today, but I'm sure the winners' calculation will be available after the conclusion of racing. Now, through the first few hundred metres of this race in Division 4. Tight battle, as you'd expect, in the early stage between these 3 crews. So lane 2, Ballarat Clarendon, Ruby Halliburek, Sinead Houlihan, Tess Geljohn, Hannah McRoberts, and Angela Rosewarne, coached by Amy Goodson and Maya Salmi. Ballarat Grammar School beside them in lane 3, Ella Devon, Kate Johnson, Daisy Sheehan, Charlotte Armitage, and Alexis Timms, coached by Zali Clark. And the crew from Loretto on lane 4, Abigail Cartledge, Eve Watson, Eden Templar, Marley Constable, and Danielle Graftmans, coached by Melanie Robertson and Patrick Goodman. Past the halfway mark, the crews look to be in reverse lane order across the course here from left to right as I look at them here from the finish tower. So Loretto in 4, Ballarat Grammar in 3, and Ballarat Clarendon in 2. Loretto again the defending champions here. A predictable story as they were quite dominant last year in a lot of the age groups. So they won this race last year over Ballarat Clarendon. This time also joined by a crew from Ballarat Grammar School who certainly would be in second place there in the middle of these 3 crews. But does look like the Loretto crew over in lane 4 are our race leaders here with about 750 metres still to race. And a good finish coming up, I reckon, between these two crews. So certainly Loretto and Ballarat Grammar have gone clear of the crew from Clarendon over in lane 2. And may well be Ballarat Grammar School now, who've at least moved right up alongside Loretto and setting us up here for a very tense finish in the Open Division 4 Female School Cox 4. Again, important for the point score as well, the overall Premier School to be decided based on these last 4 races now. 6 points to the winner, 4 for second place. And Ballarat Grammar School certainly don't look content with second place. They're moving up strongly on the crew from Loretto alongside them, who appear to be the leaders in the early stages of this race. But the complexion certainly changing now as they do come inside the final 500 metres with that then crew from Ballarat Clarendon there in third position on the course, but that's at a few lengths away from our leading 2 crews. So a race in 2 certainly this looks likely to be as they close in now on the final 350 metres. The crew from Loretto still maybe just in front of Ballarat Grammar. They look to have drawn almost level, but not quite been able to go past yet. And always a great advantage, of course, in rowing, being in front, looking back on the crews, chasing at you. And this Loretto combination still sits on about 32 strokes per minute now, so they have got a bit more, you would think, to go in the closing strokes of the race. But Ballarat Grammar School just slightly higher in rating, trying to reel them in fact, about 4 points higher in rating, if my watch is not making up numbers here. So they're really trying hard to make some ground on this crew from Loretto College, who have now responded once again as they have gone past the last of the yellow markers. They've got about 175 metres to row, and it is Loretto just from Ballarat Grammar School. They've certainly gone well clear of the crew from Clarendon behind them in third place, but still it is Loretto by around about half a length. Ballarat Grammar School are making up some ground still here. Loretto have gone to 34. Ballarat Grammar still with the rating up, trying to catch our race leaders. In fact, they've gone to 38 now in the closing strokes of the race. But Loretto just doing enough here out in front, still by half a length with only a few strokes to go. They are holding off this strong challenge from Ballarat Grammar School, and Loretto will go away and win this race by a length in the end. So very, very powerful in the closing strokes. Loretto College take out the Open Division 4 Female School Cox 4 by just over a length, so they really stormed away late after that strong mid-race challenge from Ballarat Grammar School. And then it will be Ballarat Clarendon coming across in a few strokes' time into third place. But well done there to the crew from Loretto, Abigail Cartledge, Eve Watson, Eden Templar, Marley Constable and Danielle Grafmans. Coaches Melanie Robertson and Patrick Goodburn, winners of the Open Division 4 Female School Cox 4. Here comes the crew from Ballarat Clarendon. They finished third. Good work by them, and also by Ballarat Grammar School, who are very strong in the second half of the race, but just couldn't quite reel in our race leaders. And Loretto go all the way to take out Division 4. A very exciting race, 25 there, which leads us with 6 races to go. Divisions 3, 2 and 1 in the schoolboys and the schoolgirls events. Still to grace the waters here of Lake Wendouree over the final 50 minutes of this regatta. Our next race, schoolboys Division 3, Cox 4, just about ready to go too, it looks like, at the 2,000 metre start. And they're racing now in the Male School Open Cox 4 Division 3. Ballarat Clarendon racing in lane 2. The crew is Joseph Belcher, Finn Russell, Dan Chandler, Drake Demidov and Alexander Grimer, coached by John Irwin. St Patrick's in lane 3. Brendan Hackwell, Tristan Colho, Thomas Cosgriff, Cameron Belville and Lenny Driscoll, coached by Dan Catelti and Craig Murfitt. And Ballarat Grammar School in lane 4. Archie McIntyre, William Balkin, Lachlan Goss, Rex Brennan and Henry Beachy, coached by Matt Toll. 3 boats on the course. It's been certainly a good day for St Patrick's so far, as much as my unofficial maths is concerned in the overall count. Still a few races to go, of course, there. But in the middle lane here, St Patrick's probably trailing a little from the other 2 crews. Ballarat Clarendon and Ballarat Grammar, lanes 2 and 4. Look to have got just slightly the better of the start in the early strokes as they head up towards the first 500 metres of this race. These same 3 schools did race for the head of the schoolboys title 3 weeks ago, and the race on that occasion was won by Ballarat Clarendon. 6 3/4 seconds, their margin back to St Patrick's, with Ballarat Grammar School in 3rd. So that you would expect Ballarat Clarendon to be the favourites here. Go across on the southern side of the course. In fact, it's been a strong season so far for this combination from Ballarat Clarendon, not just winning that head of the schoolboys race, but also in the weeks preceding that, they were victorious at both the Wendouree Ballarat Regatta here and also the Barwon Regatta in Geelong, taking victory in each case over the crew from St Patrick's. Also in that Barwon Regatta, a race that included St Peter's College from Adelaide in South Australia, one of the premier rowing schools from Adelaide, competing in the Barwon Regatta a few weeks ago and contesting against these fours from Ballarat. They were no match on that occasion, as Ballarat Clarendon took the win by about 2.5 seconds over St Patrick's. So these same 2 crews are out on the course here once again, joined this time also by Ballarat Grammar School. They've not been involved in all of those preliminary races, but they certainly here sit, to me at least, to be very close to St Patrick's in the race for 2nd place, but certainly trailing, it would seem, our race leaders from Ballarat Clarendon across on the southern side of the course, and soon to move into this noisy final section, where it is great once again to see the crowds growing here on the banks of Lake Wendouree on both sides of the course. I'm told that all the schools have allowed their Year 12 students to be present here today to watch the head of the lake, which is fantastic as far as the atmosphere of this regatta is concerned, and the numbers and certainly packed in on both sides of the bank, and getting a great view of these crews as they continue to approach us here in the final 500 metres now of the course. And the crew from Ballarat Clarendon are really extending now strongly through that third 500 metres, making the most of the premiership quarter and putting themselves in a very, very handy position indeed, with a quarter of the race still to rise. So that crew there, Joseph Belcher, Finn Russell, Dan Chandler, Drake Demidov and Alexander Grimer, coached by John Irwin, the combination in the red colours of Ballarat Clarendon. And a great race still for 2nd and 3rd. I think St Patrick's, it did look to trail early, have made up some ground on Ballarat Grammar School alongside them. But Ballarat Grammar School probably narrowly still just 2nd. Archie McIntyre, William Balkin, Lachlan Goss, Rex Brennan and Henry Beachy, coached by Matt Tolan. Right alongside them, we'll see what they've got left in the closing strokes here. St Patrick's, Brendan Hackwell, Tristan Colho, Thomas Cosgriff, Cameron Belville, and Lenny Driscoll, coached by Dean Catelti and Craig Murfitt. They're probably about half a length behind Ballarat Grammar School, but are they close enough? Or in fact, the Ballarat Grammar School close enough to mount a final surge also on Ballarat Clarendon, a couple of lanes across on the other side of the course. They've certainly got the race lead, but this interesting battle for second is dragging the other two crews up on our race leaders and forcing Ballarat Clarendon to really race this one right out towards the finish line. They are doing exactly that, but now they've responded well to the challenge they saw coming, and now on about 37 strokes per minute, the crew from Ballarat Clarendon is extending away from the field. Ballarat Grammar still there in second place, St Patrick's in third. There's about 4 lengths the whole field here in the Open Division 3 Male School Cox 4, but it's going to be a win in a few strokes' time to the combination from Ballarat Clarendon College as they head past their supporters and up towards the finish line. Ballarat Clarendon first in the Open Division 3 Cox 4, second by 2.5 lengths. It will go the way of Ballarat Grammar School, and a further length back then to the crew from St Patrick's. So a good race there between all three crews who had to work every stroke of the 2,000 metres, but the victory will go to Ballarat Clarendon, Joseph Belcher, Finn Russell, Dan Chandler, Drake Demidov, Alexander Grimer, and coach John Irwin. Racing now in race 27, the Division 3 Female School Cox 4. Ballarat Grammar School racing in lane 2. Loretto in 3 and Ballarat Clarendon in lane 4 are the three crews on the course and away in a pretty good line through the first few hundred metres of this race. Ballarat Grammar School's crew, Sophie Calvert, Georgina Draffin, Maggie Taylor, Sophie Collins and Bella Jenkins, coached by Zali Clark. From Loretto, it's Amelia Phillips, Neve Griffiths, Jessica Main, Avery Clark and Kate Hudson, coached by Melanie Robertson and Patrick Goodburn. And for Ballarat, Clarendon, Ruby McAuliffe, Orvi Senator Predi, Sophie Cardoso, Alexandra Gilbert and Addison Tucker, coached by Kate Littlejohn and Maya Salmi. So Ballarat Grammar School have been the form crew for most of these seasons. On the occasions, they haven't raced out of too much all these crews, but I've seen Ballarat Grammar School, a couple of wins certainly already over Ballarat Clarendon at both the Wendouree Ballarat and the Barwon Regattas earlier, or late last month and early this month. Including a substantial win at the Barwon Regatta. The Ballarat Grammar Crew won it by 15 seconds, but that margin's been whittled back certainly in recent weeks as well. And early season form is not always decisive, of course, at this stage of proceedings in these championship races, which the crews, of course, have aimed themselves for. So the Ballarat Grammar and Loretto crews having a very good battle there on that southern side of the course. It's under the watchful eye of the umpires, boat there right across on that side of the course, in fact, and just a little bit back, it would seem, to the crew from Ballarat Clarendon, who are on this northern side, but still plenty of racing to go, as they're just at about the half distance mark of this 2,000 metre race, the Female School Open Cox 4 Division 3. Ballarat Clarendon were the winners of this race last year ahead of Loretto. Ballarat Grammar School taking it out the year before, so the results certainly have been shared around in Division 3. And still at this stage, difficult to pick a clear leader from these three boats, but I would venture it's the two boats on the southern side who are in the ascendancy here. Ballarat Grammar School in the dark blue on the far side, Loretto in the yellow in the centre of the course. They do look to be our leading two crews, as they are now well into the second 1,000 metres. Heading up towards the final 700 or so, in fact, metres of this race. But Ballarat Grammar School maybe just in front there, ahead of Loretto beside them in lane 3. Good chances, Ballarat Grammar School, in each of our last three schoolgirls races, of course. Been a strong crew also in Division 2 this year. And Division 1 should be a great race with plenty of chances, but at the moment it is certainly Ballarat Grammar School leading Loretto here in Division 3 of the Schoolgirls Cox 4. But Loretto not out of contention here, and in fact, a strong last 250 or so for the Loretto crew as they do come back into clear of view here and out of the bright sunlight in the centre section of the course. And it may well, in fact, now be that Loretto crew in the centre lane has their boat ahead of Ballarat Grammar School across on the far side. So Loretto in lane 3, Amelia Phillips, Neve Griffiths, Jessica Main, Avery Clark and Kate Hudson, the crew there. Ahead now certainly of Ballarat Grammar School lane 2, Sophie Calvert, Georgina Draffin, Maggie Taylor, Sophie Collins and Bella Jenkins, the crew there from Ballarat Grammar. But it's been a very, very strong surge through here from Loretto to put themselves ahead now of the combination from Ballarat Grammar School. And then about 2 or 3 lengths further back to Ballarat Clarendon College. Lane 4 in third place, Ruby McAuliffe, Orby Sanaparetti, Sophie Cardoso, Alexandra Gilbert and Addison Tucker. The crew there for Ballarat Clarendon, but Loretto it is asking all the questions here in the final sections now of the race. Is there a final response coming from Ballarat Grammar School on the far side of the course? They've got about a boat length to make up now, these two crews, but Loretto it is certainly with their boat clearly in front now and up on about 36 strokes per minute, the crew from Loretto College as they race towards their finish line. Ballarat Grammar School matching them in terms of rating, but not making up any ground at this stage. There's still just over a length between these two crews. But the white boat there of Loretto College, they look to secure yet another win today. It's been a very, very good day so far for the crews from Loretto, especially in the Year 10 races. They're now doing a very good job in the Opens as well. It's going to be Loretto College who come across and take the win by almost 2 lengths in the end in the Open Division 3 Female School Cox for Loretto. Finish in first place. Ballarat Grammar School will take second and Ballarat Clarendon will finish third, but it's Loretto who take the win. Open Division 3, Amelia Phillips, Neve Griffiths, Jessica Main, Avery Clark, Kate Hudson, coached by Melanie Robertson and Patrick Goodburn. And that continues a very strong run through the open events for Loretto College, who have already won Divisions 5 and 4, and now they take out Division 3, so they are 3 from 3 in the open races, as they were in Year 10 as well. And 2 big races to go, of course. We'll see if they can keep that sweep alive, or I think the other schools might have something to say in our last couple of divisions. But that was certainly Loretto, very strong in the second half of the race, who went away and took the win there ahead of Ballarat Grammar School. And Ballarat Clarendon have finished in third. So we await now the second last of our schoolboys events. There has been one crew scratched here, unfortunately, from the printed program, and that is Ballarat Grammar School in lane 4. So Ballarat Grammar not contesting this race, I understand. Looks like our 3 crews are at the start and ready to go. So race 28 will be underway very shortly. Timed for midday, in fact, which is just a few seconds away on my watch. And precisely on time, they are sent on their way. The crews in the Male School Open at Cox 4 Division 2, the penultimate schoolboys race of this regatta. They've got Divisions 2 and 1 of the boys and Divisions 2 and 1 of the girls to go to complete racing at the head of the lake for 2025. So it's Ballarat Clarendon in the red colours on the southern side of the course. St Patrick's in lane 3 alongside them. Vacant lane there, unfortunately vacated by Ballarat Grammar School. I think what may have happened there with Ballarat Grammar, in fact, is a substitute into the Division 1 crew. So I've got a revised crew list for Division 1, and it would appear in that case that the Division 2 crew has not been able to race today, unfortunately, for them. And Ballarat High School are there in lane 5, the third boat in the race with the empty lane, well, empty lanes either side of them for Ballarat High. But side by side we have Ballarat Clarendon and St Patrick's lanes 2 and 3. The Clarendon crew, Thomas Freeman, Sam McInnes, Dougal Pritchard, Oliver Fumey and Zoe Dodamati, coached by Richard McClure. And the St Pat's crew beside them, Luke Severino, Harrison Grant, Joshua Roberts, George Charles and George Muller, coached by John King. Himself, of course, John King, a great supporter of rowing here in Ballarat and the Wendouree Ballarat Club, and of course the JG King Holmes Wendouree Ballarat Regatta, which was raced here on this lake a few weekends ago, back at the very end of January, if I recall correctly. But this is the John King coach crew now from St Patrick's up against the Richard McClure coach crew from Ballarat Clarendon. So plenty of rivalry there, I would have no doubt, between those two crews racing on the southern side of the course here in the head of the lake for 2025, the Open Division 2 Male School Coxed 4. Both had wins earlier in the season, these two crews, both St Patrick's and Ballarat Clarendon. St Patrick's did take out the head of the schoolboys title. They won that race by over 12 seconds from Ballarat Clarendon, so they've got some form on this course, the crew from St Patrick's. Also winners at the Barwon Regatta on the 4-lane course there in Geelong, where Ballarat Clarendon, in fact, were relegated to the B final, as can often happen in 4-lane racing. So St Patrick's beat Ballarat Grammar School on that day, but Ballarat Clarendon turned the tables here at the, what was in fact the JG King Holmes Wendouree Ballarat Regatta, beating St Peters by 0.88 of a second. So the short version of all that is plenty of rivalry between these two crews. St Patrick's and Ballarat Clarendon have had some good racing over the course of season 2025 so far, both here on Lake Wendouree and also on the Barwon River in Geelong. And they are doing the same here, side by side, in lanes 2 and 3 in the southern side of the course. And then that vacant lane across then to Ballarat High School, who are certainly back in third place at this stage of proceedings, but very tight indeed between our top two combinations as they head up towards the halfway mark of this race now in the Open Division 2 Male School Cox 4.
Yeah, I kept asking him, like, and you asked me, can I do? Was it better get a response?
And well through halfway now, our lead crews especially, and still a good battle between these two. But it does look as if Ballarat Clarendon now has started to move their boat into the lead through this third 500 metres of the 2,000 metre race here in the Open Division 2 Male School Cox 4. Ballarat Clarendon on the southern side of the course, and St Patrick's College right alongside them as they go past the St Patrick's Boat Shed section of the course. All these crews, of course, very familiar with the training here and racing on Lake Wendouree, so comfortable, you would think, in these conditions that they're racing through today. But that Ballarat Clarendon crew continues now to increase their margin through the third 500 metres of this race, and looks to put themselves more and more comfortably in front now as they head up towards the final 600 metres of this race. We've already seen Ballarat Clarendon take the win in Divisions 3 and 4. And in fact Division 5. So Ballarat Clarendon have indeed done, as have Loretto in this schoolgirls event, won all the Open events so far today, and they are certainly well placed here in Division 2. So they are leading this race by a bit over a length now from the St Patrick's combination, and then back to Ballarat High in third place. But the crew from Clarendon looking good on lane 2. Thomas Freeman, Sam McInnes, Dougal Pritt dreaming and a lot of technology from today's regatta in his spare time, which also required a lot of flexibility and agility to move all of that from Sunday to Tuesday. But they're well and truly underway in this race, and three crews showing out fairly prominently here, and they are the three that we'd expect. Loretto in 2, Clarendon in 3, and Grammar in 5. The three crews that have moved away a little bit from both Ballarat High and also Damascus, the lane 4 and 6 combinations, as they make their way well through the second 500 metres of this course. So Loretto, I mentioned, have been dominant crew so far this season. They won at the Gambia Regatta, which was the last time most of these crews raced together, although with the exception on that day of Ballarat Grammar School. But Loretto winners at the Negambia Regatta over Genazzano, in fact, the school from Melbourne racing there in second place, then Damascus, and also Ballarat Clarendon. And earlier in the season, a win also to Loretto here at the Wendouree Ballarat Regatta, where they beat the same Genazzano crew, and then Ballarat Grammar School as well. So they have been the two main contenders all season, but it's been interesting to watch the progress of the Ballarat Clarendon combination too, who've been so strong as event in recent years, of course, with a couple of great crews that went on to win a number of state and national titles as well in the schoolgirls and the under-19 for that very strong Ballarat Clarendon crew, especially from 2022, I think it was, when they wanted to win some national titles at Negambia, a crew that, of course, produced a couple of Australian representative rowers as well, in Katie Jackson and Lucy Richardson. But different combinations here today, and certainly both Loretto and Ballarat Grammar School look to be our key contenders now in this race. It's a little bit ahead of Ballarat Clarendon in third, and then a tight battle also for fourth place behind them between Damascus College and Ballarat High School, as we continue here the race for the Patterson Shield, for the winner of the girls' Head of the Lake, and also for the all-important point still in the JH Netherway Cup for the overall girls' premiership school. Loretto won that last year, and I think they're fairly well placed again this year, especially if they can claim maximum points in this race, and they are looking good now as they come through that third 500 metres, the Loretto crew, with Ballarat Grammar seemingly now their only serious challenge, and there are a few lanes across the course to this northern side, the crew from Loretto College, Ballarat Grammar, I should say, chasing Loretto College, who are our race leaders, but still not a substantial enough lead, with 550 metres to go. Then back to Ballarat Clarendon. It may in fact even be Damascus College now coming down this northern side of the course, who've moved up the challenge for fourth spot ahead of Ballarat High, I reckon, and setting out after Ballarat Clarendon as well. But it's the yellow colours of Loretto certainly showing out clearly in front, as they've done a lot of times today. They've won 3 of the 4 open races so far. They took 4 of the 5 Year 10 races and 2 races also in Year 9. It's been a strong day, but Ballarat Grammar School not giving up the chase here at all now, as they have about 350 metres to race, and great to see a few other crews still out in the course watching this final race, the girls' Head of the Lake for 2025. So Loretto College Lane 2, Meg Lynch, Isabella Rosato, Olive Lanyon, Mia McTeague and Eliza Dodd, the crew there, coached by Craig Smith. And Ballarat Grammar School on this northern side, lane 5, Addison Maxted, Briley Walker, Lily Geddes, Olivia Beachy and Matilda Whitehead, coached by Andy Tyndall. And those two crews now are inside the final 200 metres of the race. It still looks to be the yellow colours of Loretto on the southern side of the course. The lead crew here, just a few splashy strokes too as they go through a patch of rough water. They recover but well, the crew from Loretto, and continue on towards the finish line at 36 strokes per minute, the crew from Loretto College. Ballarat Grammar School on this side and matching them on 36, but not quite able to match them for pace on the water here, because Loretto are clear with about 8 strokes to go. They're surging towards the finish line to make it 4 from 5 in the open races and claim the Head of the Lake title. Loretto College for the first time since 2020 it will be. At Ballarat Clarendon won the past 4 years, but Loretto College will win the race in 2025. 2.5 lengths clear of Ballarat Grammar School in second place. Third will go, I think, the way of Ballarat Clarendon. Still a few strokes to go for them ahead of the green boat of Damascus College and also Ballarat High. But it is Loretto's Head of the Lake for 2025, right in front of their supporters, out the front of their school. They celebrate with them. Here comes Ballarat Clarendon to complete the race in third place. Fourth will be Damascus on the finish tower side of the course, and fifth will be the crew from Ballarat High with just a few strokes to go. But a great race, a great win there to Meg Lynch, Isabella Rosato, Olive Lanyon, Mia McTeague and Eliza Dodd, coached by Craig Smith. Loretto Ballarat have taken most races in the lead up to today. Now they win the one that counts at the Head of the Lake, and they win it well. And they complete a dominant day too, the Loretto College crews. Wins in all 3 age groups. And it's a session of wins in the open events to conclude the program. So well done to Loretto taking out the girls' head of the lake. And well done to Ballarat Clarendon, who took out the boys' race previously. Presentation still to come. I'm still not sure if there's audios going out around the course, but if it is, thank you for being here on this rather unusual Tuesday regatta. For those watching on the live stream too, we hope you've enjoyed today's action here from Lake Wendouree, and a great regatta concludes with wins in the head of the lake races to Ballarat Clarendon in the boys and Loretto College in the girls.